So wrapping up the series, we're going to discuss a few more things that the devs could put into 2K22 to make it a great game. We're going to discuss some current gen things, and as promised, we're going to discuss some of the things that you guys suggested in the comment section on my community page. We're going to keep this dialogue going. Some of your suggestions I just copy and paste right into the Discord directly to the dev team. So as an active member within the community, I feel like that's one of the best things that I can do, is try to get your voices heard. Usually we have a 2K team up, and I ask for you guys in one video before I leave for California to meet with the devs to give me all your concerns in the comment section. And I usually just print it out, take it with me, give it to the devs in a PDF as ideas for the next 2K. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. For current gen, number one, they definitely need to bring back affiliations for current gen. This was one of the worst years for 2K in the sense that there was such a large disconnect between current gen and next gen players. Only a small percentage, like 20%, got next gen for 2K. So that's a major displacement of the community. And I totally get it. It's one of the reasons why it's been harder for me this year. But one of the things that the devs could do to kind of mitigate that separation is bring back affiliations for everybody. So like, it shouldn't just be next gen that has affiliations and rival days. Why is current gen still in the neighborhood? And I have a sneaky suspicion that the current gen guys are gonna get the neighborhood again. And the evidence that I can draw from is from 2K19 to 2K20, we got the same neighborhood. You go back to 2K16 to 2K17, we got the same parks. They just changed the lighting or maybe the time of day. Bring back affiliations for current gen so they can help us compete for rival days and also feel like they have some camaraderie with their friends and everything. Even guys that are on next gen can still relate to them. Number two, for current gen, I think they should implement the next gen My Player Builder, but the more improved version of it. Obviously, you don't want the same overpowered 6'7", 6'8" power forwards that we have on next gen now, but maybe bring back something that's a little bit more reminiscent to the way it was in 2K16, 2K17, with some limitations though. You still don't want everybody running around with the same build. That's gonna get annoying. And number three, allow us to purchase infinite skill boost, but also allow us to purchase infinite turbo boost as well. Now I've said, and it's on record, that there's no obvious indicators that the skill boost is actually working. You don't see a +5 on none of your attributes like we did in 2K15, 2K16. It could all just be a placebo. 2K could just be messing with us and taking our VC. I choose not to believe that, and I try to believe that my player is a little bit better with the skill boost, but it would be great if 2K allowed us to see a +5 in the categories that we got boosted for us. That way there's no guesswork and there's no wondering if you're really just getting screwed over. This one goes for next gen, current gen. It comes from my buddy Hawkman, shout out to him. How about improving the AI, especially for my career? That's my suggestion, because it was way too easy on next gen. My career, Hall of Fame, didn't even matter. You can still drop 100 points on the AI, no problem. But that trickled over into the park and into the rec center especially. If you come into the rec center with 3 friends, they fill you in with 2 AI players and everyone exploits the AI. We need equal or nearly equal rep for playing at any affiliation. Getting negative 50% rep for playing at other affiliations defeated the entire purpose of having a city altogether. Like, what's the purpose of exploring the city if you're a beast from the east and you go play at the Knights and you get less rep for playing there? 2K in the past said there was a problem with too many people joining one affiliation. I mean, there was an imbalance from the start on next gen anyway. I mean, vast majority of people are gonna wanna be a beast or a knight. This is psychology 101. When you have a snake or a cat, you're gonna have less people choose that for obvious reasons, whether it be biblical or just the fact that being a snake is considered bad in the NBA in general. This is like simple psychology. It's the reason why you don't see that really in the NBA or any other sports teams. People want to be a tiger or a lion or a pit bull or Rottweiler or something like that. You saw what happened with Kevin Durant being a snake, and people don't want to be a little cat scurrying around. People want to be a beast, they want to be a knight, and that's obvious. But getting back on track, like traveling to other affiliations to have a good time, to explore the city, was a drag because if you went to another location, you got half the rep. It really just got boring playing in the same location throughout the entire year. When we said bring back affiliations, we meant bring them back so we can explore different locations, not be stuck at our same affiliation for the majority of the year. We need better rep rewards. This is something that all of us have been talking about. A lot of YouTubers, you guys in the community, these unlocks are not rewards, and especially due to the fact that when you get the unlock, you then have to purchase it, spending like 250k VC on it. That's not a reward. You've unlocked something that you then have to purchase or you have to grind for VC to get. Imagine you're a game show winner, and in order for you to take home the new car, you have to purchase it. But all you did was unlock the ability to have it. You get the keys if you have to buy it. Use the money you won and purchase it. Nobody would want to be on that game show. Sometimes I feel like this stuff is too easy for me to understand, but I just don't get why 2K just doesn't put that into the game. Like, why don't they get this? I've been asking for this for years, but I want regular gear on the blacktop. I want to wear my street clothes that I wear in the city on the blacktop where I play 1v1 against famous NBA players. I want the NBA players to have their NBA jerseys on the blacktop. Nobody wants the warm-ups. When I saw the warm-ups, I thought we were going back to being able to wear, you know, your street clothes in that close environment, but I was wrong. The Ringers and Ballers is back. If you play with your custom character, you're my player, against an NBA player, you're wearing the Ringers and Ballers gear again. How can we get proper close-ups for thumbnails and zoom in with some nice instant replays in our street clothes with our tattoos and the shirts off and the funny hats that we're wearing? We used to be able to get those close-ups in the blacktop. They took it out of the game. It's been out of the game for years. Ringers versus Ballers is still here, and it looks like it's still here to stay. This may not be a big deal to some of you guys that are not content creators, but it made the game a whole lot more fun to play when you could play in your regular street clothes on 2K15, 2K16. Don't know why they won't bring that back. Now some things from the community. My man Rockin' Box says, I think there should be mean mugs, or instead of teams flopping on a nice play, maybe have a team celebration on a nice play after someone gets postered or ankles broken. What do you think of that suggestion? I totally agree. If you guys saw that dunk from Kawhi Leonard on Maxi Kleber, you saw him dunk on him, and then you saw Paul George and Marcus Morris run up and they all was flexing on him as a team celebration. That was pretty dope. I think that would be fire if they added that into the game. Then my guy, the Showstopper, says they really need to scrap the neighborhood thing and move to matchmaking. Implement a ranked and unranked type of system and give us a reason to want to grind rank. And then he goes on to talk about rep rewards, and he and I totally agree on this. I got some of what I was saying from him as well. We've been talking about this all year. Shout out to the Showstopper for making this very clear. If you guys want to read his full message, it's on my community page. But he goes in about the fact that rep rewards are really just unlocked, same stuff I was talking about. But the main thing is scrapping the neighborhood for matchmaking. I said that in yesterday's video. Obviously, I'm a big supporter for that move. I'm just saying the neighborhood, the got next system, it's broken. It's been broken for years. 2K's constantly trying to fix it, but we need to go in a different direction. Maybe make the got next something for casuals or people that want to play specific teams, or those that are getting challenged by certain people. If you're a YouTuber and you're hosting an event, let there be some got next spots for each affiliation in a very condensed, smaller city. But let the real meat of the game be matchmaking, just like Call of Duty. So we can just get into a lobby, jump in with our boys, and we can select playing 1v1 to 5v5, maybe even some other game modes you could throw in. But just make it like Call of Duty, so it can be fast, in and out. You can have a good time, jump in, jump out. If you lose a friend, you jump down, you go from 4 friends to 3 friends, now you play 3v3. And then you can bring in new courts, DLC, some new content throughout the year. Not stuff that we have to pay for, just bring out stuff that we win, certain affiliations win. I just think that would make the game a lot better. Here's another good one from Ironic Royalty. Have screen fatigue, so the longer a big man sets a screen, he loses energy, therefore making screens easier to get through over time. That's a new one, and I don't have a problem with that. And I don't think the 2K devs have ever thought about doing this. We got another good one from Soul Cold. A 6'7" power forward should not be faster than a 6'3" point guard. I've actually run with people who have 6'3" point guards, and without the ball, I cannot race them down the court on a fast break after a rebound. They're gonna be down court before me 100% of the time. But with the ball, 6'7", 6'8", Hall of Fame, quick first step, there's really no difference. I can get to the rim the same way they can in the isolation, probably even better because my man is bigger. Yeah, with the ball, a 6'7" player shouldn't be as fast as a 6'3", but that is the case, especially in next gen. Shout out to my man Kid Clutch. He says Clamps Hall of Fame doesn't work, and make sure Pro-Am works on a consistent basis all year round. I do agree, especially with Team Pro-Am. We wasn't getting any rep. You can hardly find some good matchups to play against. I'm gonna try it out before the end of the year, no promises, but I know there's been a lot of problems with that mode as well. And finally, Seized Money. He says, take the Curry slide out of the game or nerf it to hell like the left-right cheese. I have to agree with this. The Curry slide is exploited way too much on current and next gen. It doesn't make any sense. If you guys can go back to 2K15 or 2K16, I know 15 for sure, it was actually in the game, but it was inside of a size up. So you would do it as a combo with a size up, and it was nowhere near as twitchy or as fast as it is now. Like now you can break out of a forward momentum to the left and immediately just twitch back right with that Curry slide, and it usually leaves you wide open for three, or you can just speed burst with Hall of Fame quick first step all the way to the rim. It's one of the most exploited moves I've ever seen. Definitely a big problem this year. Now obviously there's a whole lot more that we could discuss. Primarily the reason why this is a 3-part series, but I still want you guys to write in the comment section if there's anything that you felt was missed or wasn't discussed enough. Some say write your ideas down, speak it out, and it will manifest into reality. I believe that, so definitely put your information in the comment section. It's your boy Shake. Smack that like for the hype, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But I strongly believe that matchmaking should be the primary feature for multiplayer in 2K. If you make the city smaller and you reduce the amount of courts for each affiliation, maybe 2 or 3 courts, and you just set that up for random games or, you know, maybe tournament games, people that want to keep playing each other, that would be fine for that. But then you had matchmaking with multiple locations for each affiliation. Let's just say each affiliation had 4 or 5 different court environments that you could play in, where you could select to play 1v1 to 5v5.